Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Bead and Chat. This is your hostess with the mostest. I am Shy Rosalind. I am also the proud owner and chief cook and bottle washer, Pond's Edge Designs. You can follow me on Facebook, and I am broadcasting on Facebook as well tonight. You can follow me on Instagram at Pond's Edge Designs. My web store is below my name, ponsedgedesigns.net. Projects that are created on Bead will end up in the store and available for purchase if you so desire. You can also support me through Cash App. Rosalind Jedi is my Cash App. But as I said, if you'd like to purchase one of the items that are created on Bead and Chat, please visit my store, ponsedgedesigns.net. You can purchase it there. Um, Welcome, welcome, welcome. Likes are always welcome and they are free. Tell a friend or two or three. Subscribers are always appreciated and comments are always welcome as well. A couple of quick disclaimers. My mother may interrupt during the show. If that happens, I will mute and try and take care of her and then come right back to the show. So I'll probably edit this if that happens. And I can't help it, y'all. It happens. I am starting a bit early tonight, so which is the other disclaimer. I usually set the show for schedule the show for 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. However, if the opportunity arises, I do start the show earlier. So hit the notification bell so you know when I'm popping up. So lots and lots to talk about. Oh, anything that I am discussing tonight, because there is a lot going on these YouTube streets and the streets outside of YouTube as well. So anything I discuss is for entertainment purposes only. Y'all can go and seek out the actual stories that I'm talking about. You can go and seek them out and see for yourself. So that being said, I have reorganized my office. I showed y'all the final part of it in my short video earlier last week or this week, something like that. And so tonight we're going back to the project that I was working on before I did this major renovation. Well, not a renovation, but a major organization. This Loomwork bracelet. I am trying to zoom in and StreamYard does not let me zoom in. Let me move the camera a little bit closer. I have to be careful. I can't move it too close because then I can't get my hand underneath. Um, so like I was discussing with this Loomwork bracelet that I was working on, um, I'm actually going to take it apart, which is why I have my handy dandy mini scissors. And I'm going to restart it because I finally found the color bead that I wanted for this section here. And I'm actually going to start the bracelet higher. So we're going to start taking this apart while we chat. Um, so these YouTube streets are on fire. I'm trying to loosen these without cutting the weft. These this string here, I'm trying not to cut it because if I cut that, then I'm gonna really have to start all over again. Um, so these YouTube streets are on fire. We have number 45, as in 45th president, being the first former president to be indicted by a grand jury, and of course it would be New York, because that is how we roll. We don't take kindly to people who break the law. We're not cool on that, especially someone who's been breaking the law for years. And as I mentioned, I forget whose show I mentioned it on. It might have been DL Saint. I really want to know. Check out his channel, by the way. I think it was on one of his shows that I mentioned. or I commented that, we tried to tell y'all that this guy was no good, but folks voted him in, thinking that he was going to be different, so to speak. And yeah, he turned out to be real different. Very different. I mean, almost on Putin's payroll, allegedly, supposedly. um, and I mean, anybody who was a crooked businessman loved him, and anybody with any sense in their head did not. That's all I'm going to say on that. Yeah, and I won't get into his long history, but he's done housing discrimination. He's tried to not pay people, got sued for that. Um, he screwed up Atlantic City for years. Eh, I mean, like I said, we tried to tell y'all this man was no good. Y'all didn't listen, and now we have the first former president of the United States to be indicted. The only other one that came close was Nixon. And the only reason he didn't oops. The only reason he didn't get indicted is because he resigned first, because he knew what was coming down the pike. Um, oh, it's coming apart really easy. Cool. Let's see. So, what else is going on? There's so much. Oh, the one of the founders of Cash App was deleted this week. They still haven't caught the person. I think it was in San Francisco that he was attacked. Um, they have not caught the person. They're still investigating it. There's some conspiracy theories that it's because of these new banking system that might be coming into play, and the conspiracy theorists, they got their thoughts on these things. I just feel bad for the man's family, and they're not sure if it was a robbery or what. Um, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. Oh, here we go. Um, and speaking of banking, there is a new system. Let me see if I can get this right. It's called BRICS. It's BRICS. I think it's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They're trying to um create a new financial system that will not be using the US dollar as their base currency for trading and stuff like that. And other countries have expressed an interest, so it will be interesting to see how this plays out. I know there's a bunch of channels talking about it. I would suggest, I think Pocket Watching with JT might have something on this. I think DL Saint's been talking about it. And I know there's some other people. I mean, even Larry is talking about it, but he's talking about it from, as I understand it, from a perspective of biblical prophecy. Cashless society, which means the end of the world, which means, Jesus is coming soon. Get your souls in order, that kind of thing. And what's interesting to me is that, let me see, how can I say this? Let me think. I have to think about how to say this. There is a wave of televangelists. This is coming apart really easy. That are now using, Instagram, YouTube, mostly YouTube, some Facebook, to keep the church doors open, so to speak. There seems to be, well, according to Larry Reed, there seems to be, his suggestion is that churches, start the mega church as we know it is done. So instead of gathering in these stadium-sized churches and cathedrals, um, most of the folks are gonna, most of the flock is going to gather via YouTube and Patreon and that sort of thing. Um, I don't know. There's something to be said for being physically amongst other people. I think that's one of the things we learned with the pandemic, is that people do need to see and be able to hug a person and physically see a person and know that there are other people in the room other than looking on the screen. Wow, this thing is coming apart really good. Um, my stitches held up well though, I must say. Um, so yeah, I mean his theory is that the mega church as we know it is going to go away, and that people are going to be participating via YouTube, Instagram, the internet in general, that kind of thing. And which may be the case, but as I was saying, there's nothing like actually being amongst people. We make jokes about people folks being introverts and they don't really want to be around other people, but truth of the matter is no man is an island. We have to have that contact with other people is so important. uh Clean this up. I have these side pieces of thread, and I'm afraid if I can I get it loose? Can I get it loose? I want to try and get it loose without, I can't, I don't want to rip this weft thread, otherwise I'm going to be in a whole lot of trouble. Um, there's something to be said for being around other people. I mean, we all need that, as they call it, that human touch, you know. And I get it. Some people, they're not huggers, and they're happy just saying howdy from a distance, which is fine. But we still need each other, folks. We still need to gather, and we still have that, um to gather physically, not just on a computer screen. We all need to go outside and play, and we should be able to play together. You know what I mean? So, um, so I said that all to say that Larry was talking about um this new banking thing. I forget what it's called, Fed something. And it's supposed to basically bring the United States into becoming a cashless society. Um, I think the jury's still out on that. People still don't. The amount of people who really don't trust the government right now, I don't know if that's going to catch on. Maybe amongst the younger folks, maybe. But if you're over 35, it's going to take a while. I mean, I'm in New York City, and they started doing tap and go for our transit system, subway and bus. And there's still people getting on the bus dragging out their quarters. They they're not ready. They're not ready to tap and go. And what I do, I use a debit card that I hardly ever use. and it doesn't have a lot of money on it. And that's what I use for my tap and go. I'm not using my main bank card for tap and go. Next thing somebody snatches my card out my hand. No, that's okay. Um, so I can understand people's reluctance to to go completely cashless. But there has been a long history of televangelists asking for money, begging for money, um, over TV. I mean, going all the way back to Reverend Ike, and then you have Reverend Ike, you have Jimmy Swaggart, of course. Who can forget? Jim and oh, what was the wife's name? Jim and Tammy Faye Baker. They all knew how to market themselves and market their ministries, and they raked in the dough. And to start doing it over YouTube or Patreon, that's no different, really. It's just, same boat, different ocean. Wow, this is coming apart very quickly. Yeah, same boat, different ocean. It's no different from Reverend Ike sending out prayer cloths in the mail. If you sent him a $5 or $10, oh my God, I hate my neighbors right now. They're having a birthday party next door, and they're either blasting the music from their car, or they're literally blasting the music in their apartment. Now, they're in their apartment, they're on the second floor, and the bass is so bad or so strong that my windows are rattling, and they're inside their apartment. They're not outside. So, oh, I can't stand them. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but woo, I can. So anyway, televangelism, right? Begging for money for Jesus. That has a long history. So asking people to do, it's gone from passing the plate and sending out. There you go. Sending out, prayer cloths. If you sent a $5 donation to Reverend Ike in the mail, his office or whoever mailed you back a little piece of red cloth and said, "This is your prayer cloth. Pray over this prayer cloth and you will receive a blessing in 10 days." 30 days later. So it's no different. Jimmy Swaggart's got books and books and books and music. I will give him a little credit. His music's actually very nice. My mother used to watch his show. And she loved the music program. She always enjoyed that. She doesn't really watch TV anymore, because of her condition, but he it's the same thing. Buy our music CD. Send a love offering, and it's no different. Now we have folks like like Larry Reed, um asking for tithes and offerings. I forget, he has different names for it now, and asking for tithes and offerings, and you don't really get anything. You don't get a prayer cloth anymore. They don't do that anymore. They just so what I'm gonna do is I have to have my needles already strung up. Let me just make sure it's long enough. Oh yeah, this is long enough. Okay, so basically we're gonna restart this. It's gonna be a little awkward because I am right-handed. I mean, I can do it left-handed if I have to, but it's basically gonna be the same pattern. But I'm gonna start it higher up. I'm gonna start it up here. So let me just tie this off. It's a little awkward because I have the camera. Yeah. Not I'm trying to do it so you guys can see what I'm doing, but I'm actually like looking underneath the camera so I can make sure. Oh shit. That's why. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do. Nope. Try it again. So you guys are watching Bead and Chat. I am your hostess with the mostest. I am Shy Rosalind, and I am the owner of Pond's Edge Designs. As you can see, I create handmade beadwork gifts for just about any occasion. And of course, Mother's Day is coming up. Easter's tomorrow, so it's a little late to try and get something for for Easter. But Mother's Day is coming and coming soon. So think about that. And it's graduation season is about to come. So that's something else to keep in mind. And my mother's about to interrupt it. Soon. Soon. Just go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Yeah, she's having one of those nights, y'all. I'm trying to get her to stay in bed. And sometimes she freaks out a little bit. I think she's kind of scared that um I think she's scared to be alone at night, but I mean, I'm literally like 10 steps away from her, but that's how it be. So, yeah, likes are free, y'all. And now I'm trying to remember the pattern I had. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. So, while I try and remember the pattern, I think it was 2 and then 2 blue. No, 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 no. It was a blue, 2 green, I think. 2 green, 2 clear. Oops. Let's see what else. Oh my God, it's been so crazy. Yeah, we'll talk about the televangelist stuff um a little more on a different stream. I may just do a presentation, like a pre-recorded thing on that, because there's like a whole history behind this televangelist begging for money kind of thing. Um so I'll do a pre-recorded thing on that. 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, this thing is off. Maybe it was an extra blue. All right, so that, let's see how this looks. So anyway, moving on to these YouTube streets. Let's see what we got. Oh wow, it's real short. Okay, so we have to talk about. Oh no, it's okay. This is good. All right. So normally I have a piece of wood that I would normally put under the beads to kind of guide them into place, but I still can't find it. I don't know where it went. Um, so I have to use my fingers, which originally tried not to do because I don't want to stick myself. Um, but it is what it is. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Come on, get in there. Perfect. All right, so we have to. I hate to say it, but we got to talk about Um, Miss Pearly. Well, they call her Pearly Things. And the Black Manosphere in general. The Black Manosphere, as I've mentioned on another live I did, it has jumped the shark, and it has jumped the shark. Whoops, because of this person. Um, there is a whole lot going on, and the kind of short version of the story is that this person did a show with a known white supremacist, and the person has come out and said they are, so it was no surprise. She did the show with this person, and of course, you're doing a show with a self self-proclaimed, what happened? What the heck? What? What the hell happened here? Ah, struggle beating. Okay, what? Alright, this thing is twisted out. What is going on here? It was fine a minute ago. Wow. I don't know what happened there, folks. Let's try this again. We're gonna line this up. So, she did the show with the avowed white supremacist, made some disparaging remarks, I'm gonna put it that way, and turned around, and when the backlash hit, at first she kind of, I don't want to call it an apology because I did see it. She sort of took accountability, and then other things started coming out, and when those other things started coming out, and let me tell y'all, you guys need to go to Duke the Don. I follow him. I mentioned him on my previous live. Y'all need to go there and just watch his streams. I really don't know how else to put it. Okay, so this is good. This is good. What is wrong with y'all? Okay, so I'm gonna do this. This is why I normally don't put my fingers underneath. And yes, this is awkward because I'm right-handed. I'm ducking my hands under the camera so you can see what I'm doing. And okay, let's see if we can get this the way I want it. So yeah, she made some disparaging remarks. Folks got upset. She kind of apologized at first, then took it back. And she kind of apologized, took it back. Then some other rather unsavory things started coming out about this person. And apparently, allegedly, supposedly, she is now suing people who don't agree with her. She's trying to take down other people's channels that don't agree with her or who have questioned her motives. And I mean, it's just turning into a crap show, y'all. And then on top of that, too green. On top of that, it's now like this, like collateral damage, because there are Black male manosphere creators who still support her, even though it appears, it seems to be that um that she herself may have not friendly tendencies. I'll put it that way. So the black manosphere is in a tizzy. Okay, why did it do that? The black manosphere is in the tizzy because there's some that are supporting her. Some of them have, and rightly so, um, cut her off and said, you know, we're not doing business together anymore because you are a liability. Um, there are some who, okay, this is not even. What the hell? Oh, because it's the other way? Oh, I see. All right. Um, yeah, it's a mess, y'all. My girl J9 Eve, she said it. I think she said it best. She said, the black manosphere gave the keys to the bus to a non-melanated person, and the non-melanated person is now driving the driving the bus. Okay, that should do it. So since the non-melanated person is, as they say, driving the bus, it's a mess. So the black manosphere is kind of in two camps at this moment. Um, those who support this woman and those who don't. And then, as far as collateral damage, folks are now looking into these content creators and seeing patterns of things that are not good. Um, there's one network, I used to watch them because I was waiting to see who would quit. Um, there's one network where the women were treated so badly, and all I can do, and it's not Jekyll and Hyde, by the way. I'm not talking about Jekyll and Hyde, and those of you who follow me know who I'm talking about. It's not Jekyll and Hyde. I'm trying to think of a name for them. I'm gonna call them La Pit Stop. We'll just call them that. La Pit Stop Network has a reputation of treating women on their panels very badly. And so that now has come into play because, you know, folks are starting to look at all of these Black Manosphere channels. They're starting to look at all of them, not just, you know, not just this woman. Okay, this is better. Let me do one more. I don't know why it's lining up okay, but it's a little, I think because I can't get close to the loom because of the camera. Let me do one more. I can't get close to the loom because the camera's right in front. So it's a little awkward. Come on, come on, come on. I see you. Get over there. All right, perfect. Okay, great. Um, so that's been a major battle over the past week. Um, let's see what else is going on. So we got the banking system, which might be falling apart. We've got the Black Manosphere, which has jumped the shark completely and has allowed a, this is funny, has allowed a non-melanated person to, and gave them the keys to the bus, so to speak. And yeah, that's better. That's what it was. It just spread out a little too far. Um, And oops. Okay, that's what I need to do. I need to adjust these real quick. Um, oh yeah, this bad boy. There we go. The tension. That's better. Okay, so this should hold better. Yeah, the tension for these are very important because if it's too loose, it's not gonna hold at the it won't hold up at the end. Um, let's see. I'm gonna do another row. What else is going on? So yeah, Duke the Don has been doing an amazing job. Um, okay, so I'm doing one blue, two green. He's been doing an amazing job of following all this and commenting on everything. And you guys need to go watch his streams. I mean, he breaks down pretty much anything that's coming through the pike. Um, oh my God, my neighbors. And I can't really complain because they're in their apartment. They're not out. If they were outside blasting their music on their car through the car stereo, I could complain. But they're in their apartment. I can't say nothing. Um so if you hear them in the background, I'm sorry. So let's see. What else is going on? Okay, this is better. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I missing one? Let's see. One, two, two, two. Oh, yeah, I'm missing one. Need a blue. Oh, let's see what else. Those seems to be big stories this week. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. Um, I'm gonna finish this row and then wrap things up and check on mom. But I don't want to. I got to give you. I have to give you this heads up, but I have to be careful how I do it because there's no official, there's no court document on it yet. But for those of you who remember, there was a lawsuit filed by the state of Pennsylvania against a influencer who goes by the name of Dana Chanel. And word on the street, and if you search by her name, you will find what I'm talking about. But word on the street is that the case, which was always active, it might be coming to a conclusion. And that's all I'm gonna say. Y'all can just type in Dana Chanel and look her up, and eventually, and look for the past 2 weeks, and you will eventually come across what I'm talking about. But there's no court document update that I've seen. If I do see one, I will definitely mention it. Okay, let me do another. I'm gonna do another. Come on, get in there. But yeah, and it's not the rumor is it's not in her favor. So we have to wait and see. But yeah, that and I mean it's been like 3 years really, and for a while I thought maybe the case had been dropped or something because all of a sudden there was no news, but the case was never dropped. Um, and the attorney general who originally filed the case is now the governor of Pennsylvania. So he has something to prove. I just have to adjust my chair, folks. Um, so he started it, and the new attorney general has been apparently, allegedly, directed to finish it. So, like I said, type in her name, Dana Chanel. Look up for stuff over the past 2 weeks. I think I can do one more row, and then I'm gonna stop. Yeah, look her up, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, this is really awkward because I am right-handed. Let's see what else is going on. I think those are the three big things for now. But again, go to Duke the Don for all the implosion of the manosphere. So I would go to that channel because like I said, he's pretty much broken down every aspect of it, and there's more stuff that's been coming out since this whole thing with Miss Thang has started. There's more coming out every day. There's contract stuff, like she's basic. I put it to you this way: allegedly, apparently, supposedly, she's like Suge Knight, giving out offering really bad contracts, and I need one more. Offering very, very poor contracts, and the people that she already has under contract, there is not good, folks. That's the word on the street. So I will probably do an update on that. You know how I roll. There we go. Woo! Struggle. No struggle beading tonight. We got it going. I'm going to set this one, and then I'm going to wrap things up. So come on. I'm surprised I'm able to get this going, considering. Oh, come on. Don't start with me now. Nope. Nope. Okay. Considering I have to reach around the camera and I'm right-handed and I gotta go left to right, I'm really surprised. So, all right. So that's what we have so far, folks. And I'm going to take a picture of it. I'll put it, or I'll do a short. But at least we got things going. So that's what's happening so far this week on these YouTube streets, and I tell you, it's running hot out here. So thank you all for joining me tonight. I know most of you are going to catch me on the replay. That's fine. Likes are free. Comments are always welcome. Please share with a friend or two or three. If you're on Facebook, hey, Facebook, what's happening? Same thing. Likes are always appreciated. You can follow me on Instagram. Obviously, you can subscribe to my channel here. And if you are interested in purchasing any of the products that any of the projects that are created on Bead and Chat, please visit my store. The page address is running on the ticker. It's ponsedgedesigns.net. You can also, if you are so inclined, you can send me a Cash App. Rosalind Jedi is my Cash App handle. But again, if you prefer, you are more than welcome to purchase any of the projects that are created on Bead and Chat. So that's it for tonight, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna keep working on this throughout the week. So next time we meet, it'll be further along, and maybe if I'm able to, I can finish it up and show you guys how to finish off the Loomwork bracelet. Um, and that is a wrap, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'll see you on the next one. And again, any questions, comments are always welcome. Likes are free, and purchases are always appreciated.